So yeah, I'm not a coder or a game developer. This is like my first game I've ever made called Kumite. It was first called Toribash Brawl, but to avoid legal problems, I changed it. I started this project in January, and for a very long time I've always ran into issues while trying to make games, and it would get too much and I would just quit. But I finally broke through, and the footage you're seeing now is from the very earliest kind of testing I was doing with the movement and locomotion. As you can see, I was playing with an AI script that got a little wonky.
Why are you running?
As I said before, prior to this game, I've had no coding knowledge or any idea of how to make a game, so there were lots of problems I ran into. But yeah, eventually I started playing with the animator and getting my different animation strings down. This being my first game, I wasn't really sure what kind of colliders and kind of collision methods I should be doing, so I just tried different ones until I found one that worked the best. Through trial and error, of course. After that, I started to work on more of the animations and figure out how to script a lock-on system. After I got that kind of movement down, I started to work on fleshing out the different types of strikes you can do, from kicks to punches, and making sure that they all flow together. So I wanted to do like a free-flowing combat kind of system because some of my favorite games kind of utilize free-flowing combat, and I just think it feels really satisfying. After I was working on the combat, I switched to kind of working on the look of the game and trying to get that Toribash flavor. After that, it was more about fine-tuning the animations, the reactions, and fleshing out the kind of the bot. And of course, it wasn't perfect at this stage at all. There was a lot of tweaking I still had to do, and like adding more stuff and fleshing out things and tweaking animations and all that. But there was something wrong with this angle. Like, I found myself like wishing I could see the distance in between the fight, because like I don't know how close he is or how far he is, you know. And there's like some like third person games that do fighting like this, but like it took away from the animations, I feel, to kind of block off the front of the so yeah, after that realization, I switched the camera to kind of a side style. It still like moves in 3 dimensions, but the camera itself tries to fix itself to a 2D kind of style, so you can see the distance in between the fighters more. Now that I can see the distance in between, I started working with special counters and like parrying moves. Eventually, I started to realize that I wanted more animations, but I wasn't finding the ones I want online, and I didn't feel like paying for them. So I decided to dive into Blender and learn how to animate myself. Around this time, I was doing a few things. I was changing the keyboard inputs so they can work with controllers. I started testing on controller, and I started working on the defensive mechanics of the game. So from here on, I've just been connecting animations so I can keep every single decision free flowing and seem very seamless. I've also been implementing kind of striking while moving, at least for the ones that make sense. I've kind of slowed down on the production right now because I'm graduating in the middle of May, and I just didn't have time to do this game and graduate. So definitely this summer, I'm going to be working super hard on this game to kind of get it out by the end of the year, at least a beta. And after I get this combat mode down, I definitely have plans for parkour, maybe even tricking. I really want to kind of take that freedom to kind of choose what kind of thing you do from Toribash. Obviously, like, you won't be able to do as much as you can do in Toribash because it's completely like up to the whatever the player does with the joints. But in this, I do want to have multiple different modes other than fighting, because not everyone's into fighting. So yeah, when the game comes out, it will be free, the base game. If there's anything else I add to the game, it will be purchasable. And thanks for watching. I really hope that this game kind of comes out well. I'm going to be patient and kind of take my time on it. I'm not going to rush anything, but I will promise you I will keep moving forward. There's a Discord for this game's development. If you're interested in joining to see the progress it makes over the summer, just contact me on Discord. You can find that in the description. If you have any other questions, I can answer it in the comments. Thank you. Bye.